you all have come here to attend this class. I'm very happy because one who wants to come up in his or her life, the first thing he or she has to do is to come out of the comfort zone. And you all have come out, and definitely you will come up in your life. See, I have been in association with Go4Guru. I have been in association with Go4Guru for the past 10 years. If I am right, I think in the year 2010, in one of the schools where I was working as a principal, Go4Guru people conducted IIT online coaching during 2010 itself. That was a fantastic program. They do whatever they do it with sincerity, dedication, and commitment. That is why they have come up to this level. Good. Well, once again, I welcome all the students. See, math is a very, very essential subject because I have been in career guidance work for the past 10 years. In every competitive exam, let it be a banking service recruitment board or exam or railway recruitment board exam or TNPSC, whatever it is, nearly 60% of the winners of those competitive exams are coming from the math discipline. So math is very, very important. Very, very important. See, even I can say, even an eagle in its hunting itself, it used Pythagoras theorem. See, for example, the eagle is at the top of the building. The rat or the mouse, its prey, is going on the field. From there, it's watching. You see, the baseline and the height, and then through the nearest distance, it has to reach the rat, its target. There is nothing but the hypotenuse. So what I'm saying is math is part and parcel of the life. Sasruta, the ancient surgeon, whenever anybody comes with a disease, he used to say, you see, it's very simple, gentlemen. If you know simple mathematics, definitely I can make you to come out of this disease. You know, 1 is smaller than 2 and 2 is bigger. See, here only we 3 people are there. The one is you, the second is myself, and the third one is the disease. If you join me, definitely we both can win the single one. So wherever you go, mathematics is very, very important. And how to go about, how to start your journey of learning is the very first thing what you should understand is among all the organs gifted by the God, ear is the most important thing to be used. Ear. So that is why the Tamil word "kel" is explained by 4 or 5 English words. Even then, it is not fully explained. Hearing, listening, following, questioning. You can go even some more words also needed to explain the Tamil word "kel" fully. See, that's why what I'm saying is listening is very, very important. Because egg can be broken into 2 ways. One, you can break it from outside. And breaking from outside, there's no intelligence is needed. Even a Baroda master knows how to break it from outside. But if you break it from outside, you can make only an omelette. Instead, if you break it from inside, a beautiful life will come out. So whatever you are doing it, you should break it from the internal force, not with the external force. If because of your father's compulsion or because of your mom's torture or because of the compulsion of any of your close relatives, if you're doing something means definitely you can make only an omelette out of that. If you really want a beautiful life to come out from that means you yourself should open from internally. That internal force is very, very important. Take a pencil. All the external sides, where it will go. Finally, you have to scrap it and you have to put it in the dustbin. But which is very, very important. What is internal is very, very important. That's why I'm saying ear is very, very important. You can say in the learning part, the heart of the heart is ear. You write H-E-A-R-T. What is the heart of the heart? Ear, E-A-R. Even if you cut both the ear lobes and bring it together, you can find the shape of a heart. So that's why ears are very, very important. Whenever your teacher enters into the class, just your eyes, your brain, your thinking, everything should concentrate. Everything should be focused only towards the teacher and the blackboard. If you do like that, definitely you can break the egg from inside and the beautiful light will come out. That is the way you have to develop your interest in learning. Learning should be a joyful journey of learning. So far that this is very, very important. So I request everyone to concentrate more just by listening. Open your ears. God has given so many things. See the eyes. He has given us two eyes, one pair of eyes, but with four lids to close. He has given us a mouth, but with two beautiful lids to close. But what about the ears? No closure. From that, what he wants to say, use your eyes and your mouth only when you require, but use your ears always. That is why you see the real wise people, sages and rishis, they will close their eyes and mouth, only the ears will be open, kept open. So what I'm saying is, this is the right time you have to learn because this is the beginning of your journey of learning. The first plan, what you have to do is, Abraham Lincoln says, if I am asked to cut a tree in 7 hours, I will spend 6 hours in sharpening the axe. Now what you are going to hear is nothing but a course which is going to sharpen your axe. That's very, very important. Don't forget it. My best wishes. Do well. All the best. Thank you. Thank you, Ananda.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay, welcome, sir. Welcome, sir.
Good evening, madam. We can start, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
hi students, how are you? Hope all are doing great. So today, as you know, the topic is quadratic equations, right? So can you please tell me why is it the name quadratic before starting the session? You can either type it in chat or give me the answer. You can unmute and give me the answers. Why is it quadratic? Yes? Anyone?
Because it has only two roots. Because it has only two roots.
Okay, so according to that, if I take quadrilaterals, it has 4 sides, right? Yes? Right? So quadrilaterals has 4 sides, then suppose if I consider with the quadratic, it should have 4 roots, then why is it not like that? Yes?
Because the degree of the polynomial will be 2.
Yes, that's right. Okay. So actually the quadratic, the word is derived from the Latin word quadratum. Okay, quadratum means square. Yes, usually in chemistry, have you observed like few like in periodic table we used to take the Latin words and you used to give the symbols for the elements, right? In the same way here from the Latin word they have taken quadratum, which means the square. So as you told, the power is 2, which is the square, right? So that's why it's a quadratic equation. So, and one more doubt for me is that what is the difference between an equation and an expression? What is the difference between equation and an expression? Anyone can answer by unmuting themselves?
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, an equation is joined by an equal sign and it's a relation between two values.
Okay.
Expression
Sorry, I
is,
heard only the. Okay. Yeah.
and the expression is a operation or it is some sort of function assigned to a value or variable.
Yes.
It may not necessarily yield an solution.
Okay. Perfect. So, our today's topic is quadratic, which is derived from the Latin word quadratus, which is nothing but the square, right? Yes. Shall we move on to the next slide?
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyone can tell me the standard form of the quadratic equation?
Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0.
Yes, very good. I think you can see my PPT on board. So the quadratic equation standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c is 0. Here x is the variable, not the a, b, c. A, b, c are some numbers. Only the x is the variable here. Here I have mentioned that a cannot be 0. Why is it so? What happens if a is equal to 0?
0 then will become linear equation, ma'am.
Yes. So if the a is 0, this x square term will not be there because we know that anything multiplied to 0 is 0. So 0 times x squared is 0. So this becomes a linear equation. So to be a quadratic equation, it is sure we should have some value for the a. So a cannot be 0. What about the b and c? Can it be 0? B and c, can it be 0?
Yes, ma'am, it can be 0.
Yes. So the basic quadratic equation will be occurred if a is 1, b is 0 and c is 0. So if a is 1, b is 0, c is 0, what happens? What is that you get?
Quadratic equation.
Yes. What is that you get?
X square.
Very good. That's right. X squared. So in our ax squared plus bx, can you see my board? I'm writing it.
Yes.
Yes. Here
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
taking a is 1, b as 0, c as 0. So if I'm replugging these values into our ax squared plus bx plus c, I'm getting x squared, which is called the parent function of the quadratic. Okay. Just like in linear equation, can anyone tell what is the parent function in the linear equation?
Ma'am, x.
Very good. Yes. Perfect. So x is the parent function in the linear one, and here it is the x square. So can anyone tell me like how many methods are there for solving the quadratic equation?
4 methods.
How many?
4
4.
methods.
Factorization. First method factorization.
Okay, that's right.
Completing the square.
Perfect. One more.
Completing the square.
Formula.
Yes, that's
Formula
also
method.
right.
Quadratic equation formula.
Yeah, yes. So 4 methods. The one is what? The first one was the factoring one, right? Yes. So factorization. Second one was
Completing the square.
Completing the square.
right. Perfect. And the third one, quadratic formula. And the fourth one, solving the graph. Means by looking at the graph, you can tell what are the solutions of the quadratic equation. So coming to the solutions, I'm talking about solutions. So how many solutions will be there for a quadratic? How many?
Most of 2.
Yes, at most 2. Why can't it have a 3?
Because it's a quadratic equation.
Equation. Cubic point equation.
Here, so in that sense, according to you, if I discuss means you're telling that it's a quadratic, so it can have only 2 solutions, which means that the degree is deciding the utmost roots, right? Here the degree is 2, so the utmost roots can be 2. Suppose if a polynomial has a degree of 5, so how many roots will it have?
At most of 5.
At most
Yes.
of 5.
5, right? Very good. So as it is a quadratic, we have at most 2, right? Okay. So here steps to solve the quadratic equations when b equal to 0. Let's see how to solve this when b is 0 with an example. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yes. So I'll be doing little bit mistakes to check whether you're following me or not. So you should check each and every my step and let me know whether it is right or wrong. Okay. Yes. Let's go with first example, which is b0, means when you're equating the b to 0. Suppose 3x squared minus 27 is equal to 0, right? Here is the x term there. It's not there, right? X is not there, which means b is 0. Okay. So what happens to this negative 27 if it goes to the other side?
Plus
What
27.
happens?
27.
27, ma'am.
Perfect. Okay, so why is it becoming plus 27? Means it's an equation, which means we need to equate it on both the sides. So as it is here, negative 27, you are going to add the same quantity on both the sides. So this negative positive will go off and you'll get only the 27. Now multiplication of 3 goes that side becomes?
Divide, ma'am. 27 by 3.
Divided by 3.
Good.
Square
Yes,
is equal to
27 by 3.
right. Very good. So x square is 9. So what will be my next step
plus
now?
or minus 3.
Root of 9
Ma'am,
is
yes.
equal to 3.
Root of 9 is 3.
Ma'am, root of 9, ma'am.
Just root of 9?
Three.
Plus or minus 3.
You are negative.
Plus or minus 3.
Right. Yes. So why should I keep a plus or minus? Someone is trying to write it on my board.
Minus 3 whole square is also gives 9 1. Plus 3 whole square also gives 9 1.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, that's the right explanation. Why? Because positive 3 squared is also 9 and negative 3 squared is also 9. So whenever
Ma'am?
you're taking the square root, yes.
Ma'am, in you written x square equal to 9, no, ma'am. Square goes that side and root, no, ma'am. You can go like
Yes.
that also, no, ma'am.
Yeah, we can go like that also. Yes, directly, if you don't want this, you can directly write as x equal to square root of 9. Yeah.
Both
Yes,
also same
we can
answer,
do
only
that.
so only.
Both
after, ma'am.
also same answer. Right. That's right. Both also same answer. We can do like this as well.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So now one practice question for you guys. Ready? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
The same type. I'll just write it on the paint. You can just do it and give me the answer. Okay, I'll write it here in this gap. 2x squared minus 32 equal to 0. Yeah. Can you say this question?
X is equal plus or minus 4. Plus or minus.
Wow, that's great. Yes, perfect. So plus or minus 4. Okay. Everyone, shall we move on?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now let us see when C is 0. Now let us see when C is 0. Okay. Yes. C is 0 means it will be in the form of ax squared plus bx equal to 0. Right. So let us take one small example here as well. Yes. So that example you can take it as suppose x squared minus 5x equal to 0. Yes. So what will be your first step? What will be your first step?
Sending 5x, that's it.
Remove.
I mean, x square
Or
equal to
should I take
5x.
the highest common factor?
Transpose 5x, ma'am.
If I transpose, okay, are you telling me to
We
do
can
in this
take the
method?
common out, ma'am. The common x
Yes.
out.
Okay. If you do like this, what happens is that x square equal to 5x and then will you divide by x on both sides? Equal to 5? then we'll lose one more root, right? So take the highest common factor, which is x. So what is remaining in the first one? Just divide by x and see what is remaining.
Ma'am, x
One
minus
x is
5.
remaining.
X
Yes,
minus
very
5.
good. Now you have two linear equations here, right? Yes, here we need to apply the zero product principle. So zero product principle here we need to apply. What is zero product principle? Suppose
We have to
if
equate
A
both the
five-
linears to 0.
Very good. Yes. So A times B is 0 means equate each thing to 0, right? Yes. So here we have two linears. One is x equated to 0. The other one is x minus 5 equated to 0. So negative 5 goes that side, becomes positive 5. So we have two solutions, which is 0, 5. Right? Yes. Okay.
Yes,
Got
ma'am.
it?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Understood, ma'am.
Now one more
Yes, ma'am.
question. 6
Yes,
is.
ma'am.
Thank you. Okay. Let us try this one now. 6x squared plus 5x equal to 0. Solve this.
X is equal
Ma'am,
to 0,
0
comma,
and
minus
5
by
by
6.
6.
Yes, yes.
5 base.
Right. That's right. Perfect.
Ma'am, it's positive 5 by 6.
Positive 5 by 6. Why? This positive 5 goes that side, becomes negative, right? Suppose if I take x as common, we have 6x plus 5 equal to 0, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So 6x plus 5 equal to 0. Positive 5 goes that side, becomes negative 5. Multiplication goes that side, becomes division, right? So is it negative 5 by 6 or positive 5 by 6?
Negative 5 by 6, ma'am.
Right. Got it? Yes. Okay. So these are the things which we have learned. If b equal to 0 and c equal to 0, how to solve the quadratic equations. Now let us see if everything is there, like ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So can anyone guess what is this method called?
Splitting the middle term.
Very good. It's called splitting the middle
Splitting the middle
term. Yes. Very good. Okay. So now let's see one example. X squared minus 5x plus 6 equal to 0. So first you will have this mark. Here you write A times C. Here you write B. A is 1 here, C is 6. So 1 6 is 6, B is negative 5. Here you need to split the middle term in such a way that if you multiply them, you'll get 6. If you add them, you should get negative 5. So multiply means what? You can find the factors of this, right? Yes. So I can take the factors as 3 2s are 6. But if I add them, I should get a negative. So keep a negative there. So negative of negative is positive. 3 2s are 6. Negative 5 plus negative 3, negative 2, right? Negative 3 plus negative 2 gives you negative 5. Negative 3 times negative 2 gives you positive 6. So after splitting the middle term like this, just write it here in the middle. Okay. Now, so from the first, yes, Nana? Yes.
Ma'am, there are some red dots in your screen, ma'am. Could you please clear it?
I can't clear it at the some. I think the other student, someone has put those red dots on my screen. I can't clear it from my side. Sorry. That's what from the students not to put those type of things on the screen. Yes, now they cleared it. Thank you. Yeah. So from the first to take the x common, so you'll have x minus 3. From the second to take the negative 2 common, so you'll have x minus 3. And one more question comes here. Why I'm taking only negative 2 common? I can take positive 2 common. Why I'm
Ma'am,
taking
if
only
we
negative 2
ma'am,
here?
if we take positive 2, it will come minus x plus 3, ma'am. But here x minus 3 in first, ma'am. So we cannot take, ma'am.
Wow, that's right. Yes. So the term which is in the brackets here, we should have the same thing here. So we need to do in such a way that we should have the same thing here also, right? So now take the x minus 3. So we'll have x minus 2. Now we have two linears. So apply what? Zero product
X minus 3
principle.
equal to
So
0
x
and x minus 2
3.
equal to
X is
0,
equal
ma'am.
to 3, comma 2.
X is equal to 2, 3.
Very good. That's also right. Yes, perfect. So I suggest you one thing, that don't follow the same method what your teacher taught you or what is the others taught you. You can do your own experimental way in maths, because the one problem can be solved in different methods. When you think in all the corners itself, you will be able to solve the IIT and JEE problems. Okay, don't stick to only one method. Okay, got it right? Are you ready for the question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, here comes the question. Solve this. 2x squared, I'm writing on the down. 2x squared plus 3x minus 2 equal to 0. So you can see the
The
question,
value
right?
of x is minus 2 and 1 by 2.
Minus 2 and 1 by 2.
Yes.
Minus 2 and 1 by
Perfect.
2, ma'am.
Very good. That's also right. Yes. Okay, please stop writing on the board, please. I heard the answers. That's all right. Okay, 2x squared plus 3x minus 2. So the first and last term is -4. The middle term is 3. So the factors would be what? 4 minus 1.
4 and minus 1.
Yes. So 2x squared plus 4x minus x minus 2 equal to 0. So from the first two, I can take 2x as common, where I'll be having x plus 2. From the second, I'll take -1 as common, so I'll be having x minus 2, right? Yes?
Yes,
Is
ma'am.
that right?
Ma'am, x in one term
No.
bracket x plus 2 and another one term x minus 2, ma'am.
Right.
X plus 2 only,
Yes,
ma'am.
I was waiting that answer. Right. It's right. It's x plus 2 itself. Okay, I think all the students are active now. Okay. So from, you take this x plus 2 common from both of them. Okay. So you'll be having 2x minus 1. Right. Now you have the linear. Solve the linear by equating both of them to 0. Right. So positive to both that side becomes -2, -1 becomes +1, multiplication becomes division, right? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Got it? Any doubts for anyone? Should I repeat this question?
No need, ma'am. We can accept, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so now I'll show you the PDF. You can quickly read the steps. Okay, yes. Can you see the PDF? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So the fourth one,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
think it's very easy. The b equal to 0 means you will take ax squared to the left side and send the constant to the other side, and then you'll divide by the a, and then you solve for that, right? Yes. So I'll directly move on to the steps where it is involving the actual factoring method. Okay. Yes. Okay. Can you see? Just read this step. Move all the terms to one side left, such that the other side is having a 0, right? Now you're factoring by splitting the middle term. If you're having a doubt that whether your factorization is correct or not, just distribute that. Just use the distribution method, so you can cross check whether you have correct with your factorization or not. Okay, and then you can apply the zero product principle and find the solutions, right? Yes. How will you check whether your solutions is right or wrong? How will you check it?
By substituting the value of x, ma'am, so that the equation gets 0.
Yes, So you can resubstitute the obtained value for x into the equation and you can see whether you're getting it to 0 or not. Yes? Okay, perfect. So what is the next one then? What's the next one?
Quadratic formula.
Quadratic formula.
Yes, quadratic formula, right. So, before quadratic formula, I think it's better to discuss the completing the square and then move on to the quadratic formula. I'll tell you why. Okay. Yes. So let's see one few examples in completing the square. Yes. Please, students, if you're talking to someone else, mute your microphones because the other students will be disturbed. Thank you. So let us take this example, x squared minus 3x minus 2 equal to 0. Can you factor this?
Yes, ma'am.
Using
Yes,
the
ma'am.
factorization method. How will you factor it using factorization method? I mean, the splitting the middle term method. Can you use that? Can you split the middle term?
X is equal to 1, comma 2, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. X is equal to 1 and x is equal to 2, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
1, comma 2?
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
not here a positive 2. I think you're taking it as a positive 2 and so you're taking negative 2, negative 1. Here it is a negative 2.
It's not possible to do by splitting the middle term, ma'am.
Yes, it's not possible to do. So that's why let's apply this with the completing the square. Okay. So what is the completing the square? Means you have something writing like this. Okay. X plus some h whole squared equal to p, something like this. It looks like this. Okay. Let's see. So the first step is that move the constant to the other side. What should we do? You should move the constant to the other side. So x squared minus 3x equal to 2. This is the first step. The second step is that, add b by 2a whole squared on both sides. We should add b by 2a whole squared on both sides. So what is the value of b here? Negative
3, ma'am.
3.
Minus 3,
What is
ma'am.
the value of a?
Minus 3, ma'am.
Yeah, minus 3. Yes, a is 1, right? So negative by square, negative, will I get a negative number or a positive number?
Positive number, ma'am. Minus
Yes.
minus into minus plus, ma'am.
Very
So
good.
9
So,
by 4.
very good. So I should add that on both sides. Whatever you do, you should do it on both sides in order to balance your equation. You can't do it only at one side. So this is done. Now how to write it? Means I can write this as x plus b by 2a whole squared. Okay. Yes. So that will become x, b is negative 3 by 2 whole squared equal to, this is a fraction with the different, means unlike denominators.
multiply
How should
4
I
into
add
2.
them? Yeah,
Ma'am,
that's right.
LCM.
And we
Yes,
have to add this
LCM
9 and
method.
Plus
divide by
9
4.
by 4.
Yes.
13 by 4, ma'am.
17 by
8 plus
2.
9 by 4.
17.
So 17 by 4.
Very good. That's right. So you should take the LCM if the denominators are not equal, right? And then you can add it.
We
So
can
this is
send
what
that
we finally
square to
added.
that geometry, it can become root.
Yes, I can send the square to the other side becomes root and I should keep a positive or negative, right? Shall I distribute the square root to both the numerator and denominator like
Yes, ma'am.
this?
So
Can
that
I
it
do
became
it?
root
Yes,
17 by
ma'am.
2.
Root 17 by root 4. Plus.
Okay, yes. What is root 4?
2.
2,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes, perfect. Now negative 3 by 2 goes that side, becomes positive 3 by 2. Now also it's like just like fractions with like denominators. So just shall I write as like this? Yes?
3 plus 2, 3 plus
Yes,
That
very
x is
good.
equal to 3 plus root 17 by 2, comma 3 minus root 17 by 2.
Yes. So whatever for any quadratic equation, if it doesn't have any perfect square root, we can't use that splitting the middle term method. So we can follow with the completing the square method. So any doubts in completing the square method? All the S's can share. Okay. Yeah. If I'm running too fast, you can just ask me to repeat that again. Okay. So now shall I post you one question? One more?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just a little bit scrolling down. Can you see my question? Yeah. Try this one, please. So what is that you get?
Ma'am, can you say it once more?
Oh, you can't see the screen. I have written here x squared plus 8x
Can you
plus 4
say it
equal
one?
to
Can you explain it once more?
this completing the square, ma? Okay,
Yeah.
meanwhile, the other students can try this question x squared plus 8x plus 4 equal to 0, okay?
Ma'am, minus 8 plus root 3 by 4, ma'am, comma, minus 8 minus root 3 by 4.
Okay, yes. Just give me 2 more minutes. I'm just explaining it again, okay? Okay, so the students whoever are having the doubts can listen again. First step is sending the constant to the other side. First step is send the constant to the other side. Okay. Second step is adding b by 2a whole squared on both sides. Adding b by 2a whole squared on both sides. So here first we need to calculate what is b by 2a. b is negative 3 here. You can just compare with like this, ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay. So b is negative 3 here. A is nothing is there means you should take it as a 1, not 0. Okay, you should take it as a 1. So 2 times 1 is 2, whole squared is 9 by 4. So that you should add it on both sides. Okay. So once you do that, the other side means this quadratic side becomes x plus b by 2a whole squared. Yes, so x plus b by 2a whole squared means it's x, b is negative 3, 2a means 2 times 1 which is 2, right? Yes, on the other side we have a fraction. If we have a fraction, we should do LCM method, right? Here the LCM is 4. So multiply this with 4. So it becomes 8, right? 8 plus 9 is 17 over 4. Yes. Now the square is there, right? Send the square to the other side. So it becomes square root. Whenever you are taking the square root, you keep it positive or negative. Okay, you can keep it positive or negative. Now distribute the square root for both the numerator and also the denominator. Yes. So square root of 4 becomes 2. But the 17 doesn't have the perfect square, so no problem. You can leave it like that. Okay. Now this negative 3 by 2 goes that side, becomes positive 3 by 2. Right? So here the denominators are equal, so just you can add and subtract the numerators. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, one student asked, right? Is that clear for that?
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
For her? Yes, Nana? Okay,
Yes,
understood.
clear.
Yeah. Okay, na. Okay. So that goes to completing the square. Can anyone tell me how the quadratic formula came from? How did you get it? You just by hearted it or you know the derivation? How did this come from? Yes?
It comes from the general form of the quadratic equation.
Okay. How did they approach to this step? How did they get this step? Anyone know that? How did they get to this step?
Ma'am, from D we can find out B square minus 4AC from D, ma'am.
The discriminant, yeah, that's totally agreed, but I need the formula. Because see, if you're learning just like by hearting the formulas, there is no use. We need to know how did the formula come from. The mathematicians will not directly give you the formulas. You can just by heart it and do the maths, right? So the division
We
part of
should
the
divide.
formulas, how
We
do
should divide it by A,
then you
ma'am.
can do it.
We should divide the
Okay,
complete
yeah, that
equation with
procedure is
A.
called the same thing. Okay, yeah, it's the completing the square method itself. That's why I told you we can do the quadratic after the completing the square. Okay, you can just have a look here. This is the standardized formula which we were using. In the completing the square, what did we do? We first sent the C to the other side, right?
Constant to the other side.
Yes, yes, perfect.
Next, b
So
by
now,
2a whole square we did and added on both
yeah.
sides.
So the last one we was having the value of x as 1, the coefficient of x as 1. So let us make 1 by dividing by a. Okay. So now distribute this a to the both of them. So it becomes x squared plus b by a x equal to negative c by a. Okay. Yes. Right. Now what is your next step after this? You should add minus b by 2a on both sides, right? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So what is the, sorry, b by 2a on both sides. What is the b here? It's b by a. So b by a over 2 whole squared, which is b squared by 4a squared. Okay. Yes. Got this step? So you're adding that on both sides. Okay. Okay, perfect. So let's see the next step. Here the same thing. What does this become? X plus b by
b by
2a whole square.
2a.
Right. Okay. Here we have two different denominators. Same thing, take the LCM. So LCM will be the 4a square. Already we have a, so you're multiplying this by 4a, right?
4ac
Yes.
plus b square.
Right.
Ma'am,
Next, what should I do? Yes, yes.
ma'am,
And
ma'am,
then,
LCM
yeah.
4a square into a, ma'am.
Kaushik, usually in least common multiple means, like suppose if you do like this 4a squared and a, it will be 4a squared itself, right?
If
The
it's in
least common multiple.
same table, then the highest number
Yeah.
should be the LCM.
Yes. Right? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
If according
Yes,
to
ma'am.
you, if I do like 4a squared times a, again I should take them common denominators and then cancel off. So you can take the
Okay,
highest
ma'am.
one, which is the 4a squared. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, now we have the square here to square root on both sides.
That means it
I'm
will be
just writing the b squared first because it is positive. Yes, take the square root. Now I can distribute the square root for both of them, right? Just like we did for 17 over 4. Here also I'm distributing for both of them. Right? So sending that positive b by 2a on both sides becomes negative b by 2a, right? Yes. What is square root of 4a squared?
and 2a.
2a.
Yes. I can distribute this as square root of 4 square root of a squared, which is 2a, right? Now both the denominators are equal. Just add and subtract the numerators. See, we got our quadratic formula, right? Got it?
Ma'am, will we have this derivation for some marks in our board exams, ma'am?
It's not like for the board exams. If you are thorough in the basic concepts, you can apply these concepts to anywhere you want. See, for coming to the AEEE or IIT or some other competitive exams, you can't expect a direct formula which is giving you a quadratic expression and directly applying the method. It will be having some twist or some harder problems on that. See, if you are clear with the basics, you can apply those concepts to the higher page. Okay? Yes. So for that, it's very important to know all of them. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Now
Thank you.
let's move on to the next one. Yes. How to apply this, right? We have the formula. Let's see how to apply this. Suppose the same example which we have taken, x squared minus 3x minus 2 equal to 0. Let's compare this with ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. What is the a you have? 1, right? What is the b? Negative 3. What is the c? Negative 2. That's it. Right. So quadratic formula is x equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac by 2a. So just apply the things. b is negative 3 plus or minus b squared is negative 3 squared minus 4ac, right? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 2 times 1 is 2, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
this is 3 plus or minus square root of 9 plus 8 over 2, which is 3 plus or minus square root of 17 over
17
2.
by
That's
2.
it. Right. Okay. Got it? Will you try
Yes,
one
ma'am.
problem? Will you
Yes, ma'am.
try one problem?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
I'm posting one problem on board. 1 minute. It's like, yeah, we can try this. 3x squared minus 5x plus 1 equal to 0. Try this one, please.
Ma'am, 5 plus root 13 by 6, comma 5 minus root 13 by 6.
Okay. 5 plus or minus 13 over 6, right? Everyone got the same answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Perfect.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Okay. So we have discussed so far factoring method, completing the square and quadratic formula, right? In quadratic formula, one of the students was telling about the discriminant. So what is the discriminant? It is nothing but b squared
D equal to
minus
4 minus AC, ma'am.
B square minus 4a by 4ac
Right.
by
Read
It is
that.
used to find the nature of roots, ma'am.
Right. Suppose if d is greater than 0, the quadratic equation will
It is
have
the
two
roots are real
real
and
roots.
unequal or
means it will
distinct.
be having, if it is equal to 0, it will be having no roots.
Real and equal roots.
One real roots, one
If it is
d
less
is
than
less
0,
than 0,
Less than 0, it
will
is
have
no
no
imaginary
real
roots.
roots or no real roots.
no real roots. Yeah, imaginary or no real, right. So when d is greater than 0 means it has 2, means it will intersect the x-axis at 2 points. From the graph, how will you find the solution? Means you will, suppose if it is intersecting at negative 1 comma 2, you will tell the solution as negative 1 comma 2, right? Wherever the graph is crossing the x-axis, that is the solution of the quadratic equation. Okay. Suppose if it is having only 1, it touches the x-axis only once. If I tell no real roots, it will never touch. Okay, I'm very bad at drawing. I think you can understand. Okay, is that clear? So when the discriminant is greater than 0, 2 real roots, discriminant is equal to 0, 1 real root, and discriminant is less than 0, no real roots. Okay, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
if I tell discriminant is greater than 0, means suppose we have some value under the roots like this, right? Yes. Suppose under the root it's equal to 0. What happens? You'll be having only one root, right?
Then it will have equal roots. That is one real root.
Yeah. Suppose if it having like this,
No real
under
roots.
this.
This means
It
imaginary.
doesn't have any real root.
Yes.
Ma'am, it
Yes.
does not have any.
Perfect. Any real roots. Usually in our y-axis and x-axis, we have only the real numbers here, right? We don't have the imaginary numbers. That's why that graph is not touching the x and y axis.
Ma'am, can we say it's a positive number?
Positive? How? How will you tell that?
Like when d is greater than 0, we say the number is positive, and then when d is lesser than the 0, we can say it is a negative number.
No, we can't tell. Why is it positive or negative? D is
The
greater
value
than
of
0.
x, ma'am, we determine the value of x.
Yes. I'm talking about that itself. Suppose, okay, I'll give you one small example. Suppose if it was like negative 1 plus or minus square root of 4 over 2. Here I have taken d is greater than 0 itself. So I'll have plus or minus 2 over 2. So negative 1 plus 2 over 2 -1 minus 2 over 2. So I'm getting one positive number here and one negative number here. So I'm not stating it's a positive or negative. I'm just stating how many roots will be there for the solution. That's it. I'm not stating it as a positive or negative. If discriminant is greater than 0, we are stating that it has 2 real roots. I'm not talking about these 2 real roots, whether it is positive or negative. It's just 2 real roots. It may be positive, both are positive or both are negative. It can be anything. Okay? Yes?
Okay, ma'am.
Any doubts in today's session?
No.
So when we apply this quadratic formula in word problems, ma'am, we get two
Okay.
values, isn't it?
Right, we get. Oh, yes,
Oh,
very
that-
good question. Actually, we get 2 values in the word problem. Suppose if you're calculating some time, some height, right? Suppose these 2 values means if your solution is positive, you can leave there. If the solution is negative, you'll not take positive or negative while taking the square root in the word problems. Why? Because height cannot be negative. Time, can it be negative? No. So for those things, you will not take the negative values. It was a very good question actually. So for those type of word problems, you will not take the negative values because those are positive. Time can be never be negative. So you'll take only the positive value for the times in the word problems when you're taking. I mean, it depends upon the criteria which you're finding, which you're trying to find from the word problem. It depends on that, and then you should decide. Suppose if I'm trying to find some length of a side, then the length can be never a negative. It will be only the positive. So I can't take in that case, right? So it should be a positive number. So I'll avoid the negative. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, is it okay? Shall I interrupt you just 1 minute, ma'am? Yeah. I hope all the students, you all enjoyed great class, this quadratic equations by Sahithi ma'am. So we are going to see your parents' email ID. So you can see the video and also the PowerPoint presentation by tomorrow. If you have any questions for ma'am, please feel free to send the question to onlineclasses@go4guru.com. Okay, please feel free to send the questions to onlineclasses@go4guru.com. And these classes will happen every Thursday evening, 7:30 to 8:30. If you like to continue these classes, so please feel free to talk to our executives. So they will call your parents by tomorrow. Let them know your interest. You can continue the classes. And the fees is only rupees 499 per month. 499 per month, and we teach the basic concepts that will help you to crack the IIT JEE kind of national level test, and also this will definitely help you for our academic success. So our focus is teaching the concepts in detail, and also your academic success. That is our focus. And also we want your help to refer to your friends. So please tell your friends, your classmates to join this class. If they are interested, they can join from next Thursday also. But same time, 7:30 to 8:30 every Thursday. If you want 2 classes, you can contact us. Anyway, we are sending a detailed email with the recorded classes and also PowerPoint presentation. Thank you so much for all the students. Wish you all success. And also, you're all very interesting and you asked very valuable questions. I request ma'am to continue. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. So one smart question for the smart students. So we know that you'll take the value of pi as 3.14, right? So anyone know what is the reason behind the 3.14, or you say 22/7? Why is it like that? Why is that variable equal to that?
For solving easily.
Sorry?
Because the value of pi in fraction is 22/7. When we bring it into decimal form, we get 3.14 something.
Okay. I was asking either like how did it come for 22/7 or 3.14? Both of them. How is it so?
Because 1 radian is 1 pi, and then we find out in radians. So if you divide in radians, then to really find out that we'll have 3.14 radians in the semicircle.
Okay, yeah. So actually the scientists used to measure all the round shaped figures circumference, okay, circumference, and if they divided the diameter for all the shapes, it was equal. Any shape, they have the cycle's tire, a watch, a clock which is in round shape, or a plate which is in round shape, anything. They have measured the circumference and the diameter, and if they divided both of them, always it was a constant which is equal to 22/7, and then they named this as pi, and they named that as pi. Okay, yes. So how was the session?
Nice, ma'am.
Nice,
Thank you. Yeah, it was really good actually to work with you as well. So hope we are continuing the sessions. Yep. Stay home, stay safe. Bye.
Bye, ma'am. Take care.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye,
Yep.
ma'am.
Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yep.
Thank you,
Ma'am, when we have our another session, ma'am?
Actually, you should talk to the team.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, they told that they'll send a mail, right? You can just respond to them and ask them whenever you have the classes and what is the frequency, like weekly once you need or weekly twice you need. You can just talk to them. According to that, they'll guide you and they'll give you the sessions. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
need not
Thank
to
you.
worry on that. I'll be your maths teacher for the future for the classes also if you are logged in. Yep. Okay, then bye.
Thank you, students. Thank you for joining.